In the world of organized crime, few names strike fear the way hers did. Before Pablo Escobar, before the Medellin cartel became a global monster, there was Griselda Blanco, a woman ruthless enough to intimidate men twice her size, cunning enough to survive 3 decades in the drug underworld, and brutal enough to earn the title, the Black Widow. Today we'll dive into the dark, violent rise of the woman who shaped the cocaine empire long before it became a billion-dollar industry. Our story begins in Cartagena, Colombia, 1943. Griselda Blanco was born into poverty, the kind where survival wasn't a choice. It was a daily battlefield. When she was just 3 years old, her mother moved her to Medellin, one of the roughest cities in the world at the time. By age 11, Griselda was already deep in street crime, pickpocketing, robbery, anything to escape hunger. But one story stands out. Local legend claims that when she kidnapped a wealthy boy for ransom and didn't get paid, she shot him dead. Whether myth or truth, that story helped shape her reputation. A girl with no fear and no limits. As a teenager, Griselda plunged deeper into illegal activities. She joined a gang, learned to forge documents, smuggle goods, and run scams. It was during this time she married her first husband, Carlos Trujillo, a petty criminal. Together, they ran kidnapping and prostitution rings. But when business disputes arose, Carlos mysteriously disappeared. Many believe Griselda ordered the hit, earning her the nickname the Black Widow. But this was only the beginning. In the early 1970s, Griselda saw opportunity in a rising new product, cocaine. She fled to the United States using fake documents and settled in Queens, New York, where she built one of the earliest cocaine smuggling networks. Griselda innovated the game. She recruited female mules and designed special underwear with hidden pockets to slip drugs past airport security. Her operation grew fast, too fast. Money flowed, power grew, and dead bodies followed. But the DEA was watching. In 1975, federal agents launched Operation Banshee, targeting Griselda's network. She was arrested and charged with drug trafficking. Most would panic, most would hide, but not Griselda. She fled back to Colombia before her trial even began, slipping through the cracks like a ghost. Years later, she made a bold move. She returned to the US, but not to New York. She set her sights on a new city, one that was about to explode with cocaine money. Miami. The late 1970s and early 1980s in Miami were like the Wild West. But instead of cowboys, it was smugglers, hitmen, and cocaine barons. And in the middle of it all stood Griselda Blanco. She didn't just enter Miami crime, she reshaped it. Griselda unleashed extreme violence, drive-by shootings, execution-style murders, even killing enemies in broad daylight at shopping malls. Her most feared killers rode around on motorcycles, firing at targets and speeding away before anyone reacted. These tactics were so deadly they inspired the term cocaine cowboy. At her peak, Griselda was moving over 1,000 kilos of cocaine a month, raking in more than $80 million per month, and leaving a trail of blood behind her. Some say she ordered over 200 murders, some even say more. But her greatest downfall wasn't the DEA. It wasn't rival cartels. It was her own unpredictability. Despite her success, Griselda's personal life crumbled. Her second husband, Alberto Bravo, confronted her about missing money. Their argument ended in a deadly shootout, both firing guns at each other in a parking lot. Only one survived: Griselda. Her third husband, Dario Sepulveda, also met a violent end after a custody dispute over their son, Michael. Many believe Griselda ordered his assassination as well. Everywhere she went, bodies followed. By the mid-1980s, her empire began to crumble. Allies betrayed her, enemies hunted her, and the DEA finally caught up. In 1985, Griselda Blanco was arrested again, this time in California. She was charged with drug trafficking, conspiracy, and later linked to multiple murders. Authorities hoped to seek the death penalty, but critical witnesses suddenly vanished, changed stories, or died. In 2004, after nearly 20 years behind bars, Griselda was released and deported back to Colombia. She returned home quietly, almost forgotten, but fate had one final chapter. On September 3, 2012, Griselda Blanco walked out of a bakery in Medellin. A man on a motorcycle approached, pulled out a gun, and shot her twice in the head. The method? A motorcycle hit, the same style she had popularized decades earlier. The Cocaine Godmother, the Black Widow, the most feared woman in Miami crime, was taken down by her own trademark. Griselda Blanco left behind a legacy of power, innovation, and unimaginable violence. Her story reminds us that in the world of crime, no empire lasts forever, and every queen eventually loses her throne.